Ever wondered why the dollar isn't backed by gold anymore? This question often intrigues many curious minds. The gold standard, a monetary system where the value of a country's currency is directly tied to gold, played a pivotal role in global economics for centuries. Imagine every dollar bill you hold being worth a specific amount of gold. Back in the day, the gold standard provided a sense of security and stability. People trusted their money because it was backed by something tangible. However, things started changing in the 20th century. The world wars, economic depressions, and the evolving global economy led to significant shifts. By the 1970s, the US made a historic decision to move away from this system, so let's embark on this intriguing journey together. The gold standard is a monetary system where a country's currency has a value directly linked to gold. Under this system, governments agreed to convert currency into a certain amount of gold. For example, if the US set the price of gold at $35 per ounce, then $1 was worth 1/35 of an ounce of gold. This system gave people confidence in their money's value because gold has been a trusted store of value for centuries. Countries that adhered to it had stable exchange rates, making trade between them smoother. However, the reliance on gold also meant that the money supply was limited by the amount of gold a country possessed. Despite these challenges, the gold standard was seen as a reliable foundation for economic stability for many years. The decision to move away from the gold standard was not made lightly. During the Great Depression in the 1930s, the gold standard constrained the US government's ability to respond effectively. The fixed amount of gold limited the money supply, hampering economic recovery efforts. World War II further strained the system. After the war, the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 established a modified gold standard where the US dollar was linked to gold and other currencies were pegged to the dollar. By the 1960s, excessive spending on the Vietnam War and domestic programs led to a significant outflow of gold from the US. In 1971, President Richard Nixon announced the suspension of the dollar's convertibility into gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods system. This decision, known as the Nixon Shock, marked the transition to a fiat currency system. The US dollar became a fiat currency, which allowed for greater flexibility in monetary policy to address economic challenges. The idea of returning to the gold standard often sparks debate among economists and policymakers. Proponents argue that it can provide stability and prevent excessive money printing. However, several challenges make such a return complex in today's world. The global economy has grown exponentially since the last time the gold standard was in place. Converting all this currency back into gold would require an astronomical amount of the precious metal, which is simply impractical. Modern economies rely on flexible monetary policies to address economic fluctuations. The gold standard limits this flexibility because the money supply is tied to gold reserves. In times of economic crisis, governments need the ability to adjust the money supply and interest rates to stabilize the economy. Additionally, the global economy is highly interconnected. While the idea of returning to the gold standard may seem appealing to some, the practical challenges and economic realities make it an unlikely solution in the modern era. Understanding the pros and cons of the gold standard can provide a clearer picture of its potential impact. Let's start with the advantages. First, stability. The gold standard can provide monetary stability as the value of currency is tied to a tangible asset. This can prevent governments from printing excessive money, leading to controlled inflation. Second, trust. People may have more confidence in their currency, knowing it is backed by gold. This trust can enhance economic stability and reduce speculative financial activities. Third, discipline. Governments are forced to maintain fiscal discipline since they cannot print more money without increasing their gold reserves. On the downside, several significant disadvantages exist. First, rigidity. The gold standard limits the flexibility of monetary policy. In times of economic crises, governments may struggle to respond effectively because the money supply is tied to gold reserves. In conclusion, the gold standard played a significant historical role in shaping global economics. Its stability and trustworthiness made it a favored system for many years. However, the economic challenges and evolving global landscape led to the United States abandoning the gold standard in favor of a more flexible fiat currency system. Returning to the gold standard today poses numerous challenges. While the idea holds nostalgic appeal, the practical realities suggest otherwise. If you found this discussion engaging and informative, please like, subscribe, and comment on Express Econ Geofinance Insights. Thank you for watching.